Alright guys, Team Sanity here, and today we have
Tony from Team One Of, and I'm going to be deck profiling my 60 card Pendulum Magician. This is my second build. My first build was with Honest Persona Dragon, but now I've gone away from that build and I think this build's a lot better. So, starting off, we have 3 Chronograph Sorcerer. This card is broken. You get a free special summon of Time Gazer when it gets destroyed in your Pendulum Zone, which you do yourself. It's an 8 scale, it's a high scale, so it's pretty good. Next we got 3 Harmonizing. Pretty much best card in the deck. When it gets special summoned by a Pendulum summon, you get to summon any magician from your deck. It's a tuner, you go into Synchros, you can summon a level 7, go into rank 7s with Absolute. Vortex plays, it's pretty good there. Then you got 2 Elf Dragon. A lot of people play 1. I like 2 because it's searchable. And you kind of want it in scale to add back Harmo off of Electromite. And you got Triple Wisdom Eye. It puts anything in your scale from your deck that's a magician monster, so it makes your scales flexible. Next you got Triple Dark Worm and 2 Gate 0. This is good because if it's engraved you get a free special summon, and you always want free monsters on board for Electromite. Also, when this monster gets normal special summoned, you add a Gate 0 from deck to hand, and it's a 0 scale, and it's always going to be your lowest scale in the deck. Next, you got Triple Current Razor. It's another free special summon if you control no monsters and put it in your Pendulum Zone, either right or left. It doesn't really matter, and it just helps you get into Electromite faster. Also, if you have 2 in hand, you put 1 in your scale, special summon, normal summon the other, and just Electromite right away. And then we played the Mythical Beast engine, 3 Cerberus, 2 Jackal. This engine's pretty good because it's free negates off of Jackal as long as you play spells and traps after he's on the field. He's a level 8, so it's not the easiest to Pendulum summon him out, but you do get him out through Jackal effect. And then you play 1 Purple Poison. You only play 1 because it's not as good as it was before. It's a 1 scale, and that's basically it. And then its equal is Black Fang, which is an 8 scale that you also don't really play more than 1 of anymore. If I was going to play more than 1 of these, it would be Purple Poison, only because it does have a destruction effect. When it gets destroyed by battle card effect, you can destroy your opponent's stuff. Then you play 1 Time Breaker. The only reason that you want to summon this is off of Harmonizing to go into a level 7 Synchro. 1 Zhangxi. You only use this for 7 because you can go into Absolute, and that's the only reason why you play Dragon Pit as well. Also, Zhangxi's effect, you could negate a light monster on the field, which isn't the worst thing in the world because Thunder Dragon Titan is a card. And then last, you play 1 Zafranu. You play this because we play 1 Divine Strike. It's a negate anything as long as you have this on field and this in your extra. So, but you don't want to play too big of a Zephyr engine because you don't want to break with it, of course. Next, we have a Phantom Net engine. We play 2 Boots, 1 Fog Blade, and 1 Brigandy. This is in the deck because I have a little spice in the extra that you'll see later, and Fog Blade is obviously just free negate. Then we still play the double Pankratops. I like this spice a lot because you can Pendulum summon it out, and it's a 7, so you can go into Vortex if need be. Also, it is a pop and a destroy of anything if your opponent has Nat Beast, if your opponent has Anti-Spell, anything that shuts you down. And lastly, we play 1 Destrudo, and this card is just to go into 7 Synchros as well. I only play 1 because it's just a negate, and this deck only puts up negates, basically. And we play the Triple Dragon Ravine and Triple Dragon Shrine. You want to send Dark Worm first turn every single time, but late game, if you didn't go into your Synchros, you want to go into Destrudo, just so you can get more negates on the board. And it's a 2000 booty. And you play 2 Terraforming to search your Dragon Ravines. Also, if you are gonna send Dark Worm off of the Dragon Ravine, it's not the worst thing in the world. You can send Destrudo, send Dark Worm out of your hand, activate Dark Worm's effect, and summon him back. And then we have triple Pendulum Call. This card, you add 2 Pendulum monsters that have Magician in the name from deck to hand. You normally want to only add your Harmonizing or your I'm blinking. Or your Oath Dragon, there we go. Because those are your high and low scales. And Oath Dragon could get one of your Pendulums back from your extra deck. And then we play triple Duelist Alliance. This card, if you have a Pendulum card in your zone, then you could add 1 Pendulum card from deck to your hand, meaning you could add Pendulum Call, which gains you more advantage. And then for the draw power, we play triple Allure. You play a lot of darks in this deck, in all honesty, so Allure is not the worst card in the world. And then you play triple Desires. Desires at 3 isn't bad because it doesn't matter what you banish unless you banish all of your Wisdom Eyes, which happened to me earlier. Because my deck got stacked. Not shooting any fingers at nobody, but yeah. And then last, we just play Foolish. You play it for Darkworm and Deshudo. That's really the only 2 targets you want to go for. So that's the main deck. That's a 60-card deck. And then for extra, we play 1 Electromite. It's basically the face of the deck. Deck cannot run without it. Wish it was at 2. It could open up to a lot more plays, but that'd be kind of broken. When it's summoned, you add any Pendulum monster face up to your extra deck, and you get to pop 1 card on your field, add 1 from face up extra deck to your hand. And if it's one of your scales, then you could draw 1 as well. 1's up from Metaltron. You only use this because of the absolute play. You go Electromite pointing to absolute. Link these 2 off for Zephyr Metaltron, and then you get Absolute's effect to summon the Vortex underneath it. Vortex is a free negate, so basically you get a beater and a negation. And then you play 1 Rusty Bardic. This card just allows you to gain more advantage, more negates off of Fogblade and stuff. Last of the links, 1 Laugh for Linkus. This card is just a generic link 2 that points down like Electromite does, so in the deck it's not the worst. And then for the XYZs, 1 Naruto. Naruto destroys or negates spells and traps if you have 2 level 6s. It's not the easiest thing to make in the deck, and I might cut it because that's the case, but for now I like it. Especially because Sky Striker is a deck. And we play 1 Tornado Dragon just to destroy back row. Things like Altergeist, once again, Sky Striker, they're problematic because of Widow Anchor. And Altergeist just play way too many floodgates that you really can't get over. 1 Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is amazing in this format because of Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon just gets shut down by this card. Negates their effects in grave. And then 1 Time Thief Redoer. This is the card why I play the Phantom Knight Trap Monster. When this card is summoned, depending on its materials, it could have either a spell, a trap, or a monster. It could do different things. If it's a trap, you get to draw or place 1 card. If it's a trap, you get to place 1 face-up card your opponent controls on the top of the deck. If it's a spell, you draw 1, and if it's a monster, you banish this card. You have to attach 3 to activate these effects. And also during the standby phase, so it's either yours or your opponent's, you get to take a card off the top of your or your opponent's deck, depending on the standby phase, and equip it to this card. So earlier, I was facing somebody, and it was their standby phase, and I took their Monster Reborn off the top deck, and that kind of saved me and won me the game, because they weren't able to extend plays after that, and I had my board with too many negates. 1 F.A. Dawn Dragster. This is the only level 7 Synchro we run, and I would add more. I just don't know what to play right now because my extra deck space is kind of tight. If I was going to cut a card, it would be Ignister. Also, Dragster negates any spells or trap on the field once per turn by reducing its level, which doesn't really matter because you always want to summon it in defense position. Ignister, he's just a bounce that doesn't target. I mean, you could get over anything. Cosmos, Thunder Dragons. It's just a good card.
Yeah, there was a top build.
1 Supreme King Dragon Clearwing. It blows up the field. It's like a Raigeki basically. Also, if it battles an opponent's monster, it can just destroy it freely, which is also really good. At the Chicago Regional in Rosemont, this card actually came up and won me the game against BA because I had Dweller, blew up their field, so none of their effects could float off. And then last, we got Man, Borlo Savage Dragon, free negates when you link off. You can link off Electromite, boom, equip it, get 2 negates. It's really good. This deck is basically negate.deck. Also, I'm aware this is only a 14 card extra deck. It's because I currently do not have my Borlo Dragon. I had to give it back to my friend because I was borrowing it for the Chicago Regional. I will be picking one up for the Chicago Regional, and I will be doing another deck profile. And speaking of how I did on our channel, Team One of, and basically that's my 60 card Pendulum Magician deck. I would like to thank you for watching. Shout out to
Team Sanity.
Team Sanity for letting me do a deck profile on their channel. And that's Tony from Team One of. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.